My name is Frances Reid and I'm Programme Director for the World Ovarian Cancer Coalition. For this champion chat, I'm really happy to be talking to Robin Cohen. She is an oncology nurse and she is founder and chief executive officer of the Sandy Rollman Ovarian Cancer Foundation, which is based in Pennsylvania in the United States. I'm here to talk to her particularly about her support programme and in particular about the programme Survive and Thrive. Now I gather congratulations are in order because Sandy Rollman Foundation is 20 years old. That's brilliant news, but the Survive and Thrive programme is a more recent addition, isn't it?
Yeah, so the Survive and Thrive program, we actually started in 2017 in an effort to play more of a role in a woman's survival and to give women, networking and friendship, but also give them the tools to live with and beyond an ovarian cancer diagnosis.
So can you describe what's included in the Survive and Thrive programme?
The Survive and Thrive program, it's a unique program because we bring a small number of survivors together at a time, about 10 to 15. It's a 6-month program. We meet once a month. And the first half hour is networking and support. And the next hour is programmatic. So we always start with mindfulness and meditation. That's always our first session. And then we let the women in the group choose the next 5 topics. So such topics include insurance issues, sexuality and intimacy after a diagnosis, genetics, nutrition. So they get the most out of the sessions.
And how does it fit into your overall programme at the Sandy Rollman Foundation?
So we've always supported survivors and their caregivers. Our first program we ever started was called With a Little Help from Her Friends, and that was just connecting a newly diagnosed woman with an ovarian cancer survivor, same age, same stage, just to meet someone who's gotten to the other side of things, and which is so important. And it gives women something beyond the diagnosis. It gives them support, it gives them friendship, and it also gives them tools that they can use moving forward. And for many women, it's the first time they've ever met another ovarian cancer survivor.
And do they form strong bonds in that group?
You can see the bonds form from the second they meet in the room. And it's really so special to watch. And you could see them supporting each other too. I mean, so we have experts come in and talk about the topics, but they often chime in and give their own advice to the other women, based on their own experiences. So it's a really, I think it's a unique program because there's a beginning and there's an end, which is important, I think. And also because it's not an hour and a half of sitting there really just talking about nothing. Like there's support, and then there's something programmatic, and then very often the women stay afterwards if they want to, support each other or talk about something specific. So it's a healthy way to do a support group.
Is that why you say it's important to have a beginning and an end to the support
Yeah,
group?
I mean, as an oncology nurse, I facilitated many support groups, and if there's no end, the same people keep coming back, and it kind of prevents new people from coming in because there's a clique already formed. So this is, and they on graduation day, they know. I mean, the post survey that we give out, the biggest kind of complaint is that it's over, that it's ending. But they know that we're their home base. We're always here for support. They can always come back. And look, if we have another group and they're interested in a topic, they can always come back. We're not that strict. And yet they also have the support of each other because they form these bonds.
And that carries on afterwards.
Yeah, and very often they become volunteers in our organization. They see us planning events and everything around them. And so very often they'll come back and attend events or help plan them and volunteer and get involved in other ways.
I've heard on a fairly regular basis that sometimes people are worried about bringing together women to for them to give each other support as things go forward, given the nature of the disease. Have you ever had any challenges in relation to that?
No, to be honest, I've never regretted connecting to women together. Never. In my whole entire career, I've never had that regret. I only see the positive come out of it. And women are seeking support out without a group. They're on Facebook in the groups, and so this is a good way to really make sure it's done properly.
Which women are eligible to join the program? Can anybody join?
So women who are newly diagnosed with ovarian cancer in current treatment or up to 3 years out of treatment are eligible to join the program. Women who are dealing with recurrence are also eligible to join the program because we know that's the reality of this disease. We don't kind of discriminate between age, stage. We thought when we created the program, that wasn't our plan. That wasn't our plan to do we differentiate people by their stage, by their age. Do we have a young women's group and then an older women's group? And we just decided to try it for all women. And to be perfectly honest, it's worked perfectly. We have not had any issues. All the women are so supportive of each other, regardless of the stage or their age. So we haven't had to make any changes to the program at all.
But I'm guessing COVID has had a big impact on your ability to run the group.
So we've taken the group virtual, which is something that actually we always thought of, like we always worry about the women that can't come, that can't be around the table, what kind of support they're getting. So we always had in the back of our minds, like, do we do an in-person meeting and have other people that can't make it in person Skype in? And we just felt like the bonds wouldn't be as strong if we did it that way. But with COVID and making it virtual, we've seen that it does have a positive impact. COVID has also impacted us because we were going to start the program in an underserved area in the city, and we've had to put that on hold because we were physically going to go to them, not have them come to us.
So, if you were to give any top tips to anybody else who was considering this type of program, what would you say to them?
So I always say to a patient is find your people. When you don't have to go through this diagnosis alone, and you can have the support of your family and friends and still feel very alone, because unless they've walked through your shoes, no one really understands except another survivor. The top tips I said, be flexible. I would say, it's a 6-month program, and then in another week the women graduate. We usually have like we take them out to dinner, and we give them a certificate, and then the next group comes in. But of course, if someone calls and needs support and they're not within that 6 month, we're not going to make them wait 6 months to join the group. So you have to be flexible. Never be afraid to connect people together. I think we've only seen the benefits. And also I would say to make sure you investigate who your speakers are. We have the most experts in each field come and talk, and either one of us, who works for me or myself, have either heard them speak or know someone who has heard them speak. So we vet all of our speakers, which is really important.
And be courageous and don't be afraid.
Don't be, yeah, definitely. And it gives, like I said, it gives them something beyond the diagnosis, and it gives them hope. Even walking in the room, just seeing another survivor is powerful.
Thank you so much, Robin, for sharing your insight about the Survive and Thrive programme, and I hope it does continue to survive and thrive as time goes on.
Thank you.